Isagi, Nagi, and Bachida take on the greatest obstacle of their careers by challenging the best three competitors in all of Blue Lock: Rin, Tokimitsu, and Aryu. In the world of Japanese football, these three can be considered beasts as they are ranked highest among everyone else. They are led to a smaller football field for the 3-on-3 match, with the winner being able to steal one player from the losing team. The game will be decided when the first team scores 5 goals. They will each be provided with a Blue Lock holographic keeper from the last round so they can focus on scoring goals. Isagi's team is designated as the white team, while Rin's team is the red team. The game starts well for Isagi's team, with Rin and his team members on the back foot. Isagi, Bachida, and Nagi come up with a string of passes. Bachida uses his insane skills to easily get past Tokimitsu, and as he approaches Aryu, he feints, as if he's making a 1-2 pass to Isagi, but instead passes the ball to an overlapping Nagi. Nagi then leaps onto the ball with his control and serves the ball on a plate for Isagi to slam into the net, getting them the first point. A rush of confidence comes over the team. Perhaps beating the best in the whole of Blue Lock was not a big deal after all. Isagi thinks if they can keep this up, they can surely win. However, Isagi's mental calculations and dreams are shattered when Rin gets the ball. He expresses his disgust at the lack of skill and passion being displayed on the field. For Rin, football is not just a game or a dream. It's a battlefield. And in battle, one should never turn their back on their enemy. As the whistle blows, Rin surprises everyone with a bold move. He takes a shot right from the kickoff and sends the ball searing past the keeper. Rin's team now has a goal, leveling the game in an instant. He even retrieves the ball from the opposing side of the field to finish the game as quickly as possible and focus on the real challenge. Isagi and his team are taken aback by Rin's boldness and skill. He is truly a formidable opponent. Isagi tries to steady himself and reminds Rin that they too are putting their lives on the line to play the game and chase their dreams. Rin responds that it's not about the dream. They need to be ready to die for football. That's the level of passion he has for the game. Isagi refuses to give up, and the game continues with his team on the attack, determined to prove themselves against Rin's gifted team. Isagi spots an opening and makes a pass to Bachida, who in turn passes it to Nagi. But this time, Aryu out-jumps Nagi and snatches the ball right in front of him. The ball makes its way to Tokimitsu, who lacks confidence and eventually passes it back to Aryu. Bachida intercepts the ball and makes a pass to Isagi. Isagi and Aryu are locked in a battle for the ball, with Isagi shielding it well. But Aryu's flexibility gives him an advantage, and he kicks the ball right out from in front of him, scoring a powerful goal with his long legs. All Isagi can do is watch in amazement at Aryu's skill. Team White begins once again from the center, and this time the ball is with Bachida. He surveys the field and realizes that all of his teammates are tightly marked, leaving him no choice but to take on the challenge himself. Standing in his way is Tokimitsu, who, despite his high ranking, doesn't seem to be a skilled player and has low confidence. Bachida is confident in his abilities to outplay him. As the pressure mounts, Tokimitsu fears that after all the work he's done, he'll go back to his old useless self if he loses now. Negative thoughts overwhelm him, and he enters a zone, changing his entire playstyle. He quickly catches up to Bachida and grabs the ball. Tokimitsu repeatedly chants that he needs to score goals to prove his worth. His negative mindset pushes him to new heights, and that becomes his power. Isagi tries to stop him, but Tokimitsu proves too strong. Isagi resorts to fouling him, but is tossed aside in the attempt. Tokimitsu effortlessly scores another goal for his team. The confidence of Isagi and his team begins to shatter. They have relied on teamwork until now, but Rin and his team possess exceptional individual skills. They lack teamwork, yet their individual skills are enough to defeat Isagi's team. Isagi is at a loss, but Nagi comforts him and assures him that they will come up with a plan to counter their opponent's strengths. The team huddles together to devise a strategy to overcome this challenge. Instead of playing one-on-one, the team decides to switch to a 3-on-3 triangle formation in order to maintain possession and take advantage of opportunities on the field. They rely on Isagi's vision to identify these chances as the game progresses. Isagi spots an opening and rushes forward, but is met by Rin, who has anticipated his move and is already in position to stop him. Bachida, who's caught off guard by Rin's defense, decides to create a synergy with Nagi by making a pass with some clever spin on the ball. Nagi seizes the opportunity and turns to score, making the score 3-2. Nagi is impressed by the pass, as it's a stark contrast to the usual do-whatever-you-like attitude of his previous teammates. Team White is now back in the game, and Isagi tries his best to keep it that way. But as they chat once more, Rin takes a shot right from the kickoff. Thankfully, this time Isagi is there to react, pushing the ball into a corner. But their woes aren't over yet, as Rin goes to take the corner kick. Isagi thinks he has the most dangerous spot covered, but unfortunately, he forgot that Rin isn't a team player, and instead goes for a vertical spin direct shot and scores. A shot of that caliber shocks everyone on the field. The score is now 4-2. Isagi and his team persist in their triangle short pass strategy. Once again, Isagi even sniffs a goal, but as always, Rin is there to stop him. That's when Isagi realizes that Rin left the spot open on purpose to showcase his superior skill. He gets possession of the ball, and despite Isagi's cries to stop him, he breezes past Nagi and Bachida. Isagi can only watch in despair as Rin's shot soars through the air in a graceful arc, cementing their defeat with a final score of 5-2. This means Rin's team can pull one member from Isagi's group to join them. Rin doesn't care who comes along, but Aryu and Tokimitsu choose Bachida for his exceptional passing skills. Though disappointed, Bachida tells Isagi that if he wants him back, he would have to come and get him and embrace the monster within himself. Feeling dejected, Isagi and Nagi wait for the other two-man teams to arrive in the second stage room. Isagi knows that they had lost due to his lack of individual skill and his dependence on his teammates. Nagi, noticing his despondency, scolds him and reminds him that he had chosen him over his only friend for football, and there was no way he was going to let him give up now. This motivates Isagi to prove that he could fight without Bachida. Nagi deduces that the purpose of this selection round was to test individual skills. Up until now, they had advanced by improving their team play. But the second selection occurs on a smaller field with fewer participants, and individual skills are having a greater impact. Nagi surmises that they are being evaluated on a personal level. Isagi now understands that this is why their team play had failed, and that succeeding in one-on-one duels was essential to making it through the second round. Though frustrated by the loss, they know that the only way to overcome this feeling is to win. Bado enters the room a little while later, and Isagi knows that in order to survive, he must defeat him. Nagi was surprised to see Bado, known as the King, and wonders if Bado wants to play against them, because he doesn't appear to be as strong as he had been before. Bado and Nagi get into a heated argument about each other's skills, but since Isagi doesn't want to take on Bado's team, he tries to calm Nagi down. A few moments later, Isagi's old teammate Naruhaya arrives. He had teamed up with Bado and another player named Hazime. However, their team had lost the previous game, with Bado scoring 4 goals, but the opposing team winning with 5. Naruhaya explains that because of Bado's selfish playstyle, he wasn't chosen as the 4th man, and he points out that they must wait 24 hours before choosing their next opponent, so they must choose wisely. Bado then belittles Hazime and Naruhaya, calling them useless. Naruhaya advises Bado to remain calm and reminds him that they are not required to select Isagi's team. Before leaving for the break room, Bado declares that he won't be hiding, and if they want, he will crush them. Nagi suggests that Isagi should choose Bado's team as their next opponent. They need a strong teammate to help them advance. Isagi agrees, but notes that they are not on Bado's level. He recalls that during their last game, their weapons only functioned when they received passes. In order for them to shine, they need a player like Bachida or Mikage, who understands their weapons and is adept at passing. The next day, Isagi is training with a Blue Lock man. He acknowledges that his abilities are growing, but he still must improve and acquire comparable abilities if he's going to compete with the other talented players. Naruhaya enters the training room and notices Isagi. He asks if he's chosen a team yet. Isagi replies that he hasn't, as they don't want to take a weak teammate. Naruhaya understands the difficulty of the decision and reminds Isagi that they still need to take risks, even if they risk being eliminated. He challenges Isagi to the next game, where their aspirations are on the line. Isagi, determined to prove himself, accepts the challenge. The game arrives, and it's clear that both Baru and Naruhaya have improved their skills. Baru scores the first goal from a distance of 29 meters, exceeding the expected range of 27 meters. As Nagi faces off against Baru in a one-on-one matchup, Isagi must take on Naruhaya. The outcome of the game hinges on Isagi's ability to defeat Naruhaya, but he soon realizes that his skills are lacking, even against Naruhaya. However, Nagi's inner monster awakens, and he tells Isagi to send the ball to any open space on the field. Baru underestimates the strategy, but Nagi has discovered a new way to beat the king by utilizing his excellent control and ability to outmaneuver opponents. Nagi scores a goal, tying the game. As Baru gets possession of the ball, Nagi instructs Isagi to press him, knowing that Baru's ego will prevent him from passing to his teammate. Isagi successfully steals the ball and looks for Nagi. With Nagi's new strategy, defenders have to try to choose between covering him tightly or leaving him some space, and he's effective either way. Isagi fires a pass as aggressively as taking a shot. Nagi receives the ball gracefully and scores another goal, putting them in the lead. As the game becomes more intense, Baru becomes increasingly frustrated and takes a shot from kickoff, but the goalie manages to save it. Though the game seems under control, Naruhaya manages to reach the loose ball before Isagi and passes it to Baru, who scores again, making the score 2-2. As Isagi gains possession of the ball and moves into an offensive position, Naruhaya reveals his true intentions for wanting to play against Isagi's team. He not only wanted Nagi on his team, but he was confident that he could defeat Isagi as well. They had played together before, and he knows Isagi is not a player who can fight on his own. He can't score a goal alone without an assist, and lacks the natural talent and genius of Nagi. He is just average. Isagi tries to pass the ball, but Naruhaya intercepts it, and Baru takes possession, passing it back to Naruhaya, expecting to get it back. But Naruhaya takes the initiative, makes a bold move, and shoots the ball. Isagi is devastated. He's unable to even beat someone like Naruhaya. Thank you for sticking until the end. Subscribe for more videos like this.